What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Entre back with another video. This video really just gonna be talking to y'all about my first 2 weeks of being a CDL hotshot owner operator with having 2 trucks on the road. I run a 35+5 mega ramps set up on 12K axles for the people who don't know, and the driver runs a 31+5 on 7K axles. The non-CDL setup that I was running before I got the CDL set up did around 19,000 in the first 2 weeks. I'm not gonna do the number breakdowns just for the protection, of Rob's sake and my sake as a business owner. I know, I'm not afraid to show like gross numbers, if that makes sense, and I may find a way to like still compare my CDL profits versus my year of doing, my non-CDL profits. But for his sake, I won't show, what he makes, just in case some of his family watch the channel. Just don't want nobody up in his business, and so he can keep some form of privacy. I really don't mind. For me, myself, I don't have to show his information. I actually hauled my first CDL load. It was 2 20-foot containers. Pretty sure my gross vehicle weight was probably somewhere around 28,000 pounds. So yeah, I finally hauled my first load where I needed a CDL. I've only done 2 of them. One of them was 12,000. It was just pipe, 1 bundle of pipe, and the 2 20-foot containers. And that'll probably be the last time I do containers for a while, just because I don't really like the way it rides. I was coming down 85, and it was some bridges where the dips were so like deep that I felt like my trailer was fishtailing after the impact. That may be due to something else that I don't know about. I've been thinking about getting airbags to kind of level the truck more. But to be honest, I really haven't noticed like any significant difference in hauling heavy. I will be looking forward to probably, like I said, when I do CDL loads, only when I have to. It's not like every load I do is going to be 15, 16, 14,000 pounds. No, I'm going to stay away from that as much as I can. I feel like it'll extend the life of this truck, the life of my equipment. I feel like since I have equipment now that's rated for more, like my trailer, and I'm only putting it to half of its real, payload capacity, the maintenance won't have to recur as much as I was having to. I would have it to where I would have to change a leaf spring this month, and the U-bolts would go flying off this month. The whole axle was bent due to the frame, it hitting the frame because I was overloaded on my axles. It's really easy to overload on 7K axles. But these bad boys on big 12K axles, it's a little tough. So that's working in my advantage right now. So this is one I wanted to kind of put out there for the people who thinking about transitioning from non-CDL to CDL hotshot. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with y'all with these rates. They don't change due to the weight. They don't change, man. Now I will give them this, like dedicated loads that are heavier, sometimes they pay maybe 20-30 cents more per mile. But this is my only caveat with that. Like, let's say, so that those 7-foot containers, 2 20-foot containers, they paid 1,100, like right around 420 loaded miles, which you had to go through a couple of tolls, but that wasn't a big deal. And there was a reload in Charlotte going up to New Jersey, like 520 miles for, I think, 1,500. But this is the thing, they were actually loaded with something. At a United Rentals, they were probably loaded with a little offices or whatever. So they were like 15,500, 16,000. You probably ain't getting no more than 8 miles per gallon off of that. So yeah, you're getting a better rate, but you're gonna also spend more in fuel. I'd rather take them loads where it's maybe 230, 240, and I'm spending less on fuel. It's less weight, it's less strain on my axles, or my suspension in general, rather than loading heavy just for one load. It's just not worth it. Now, if that's how you want to run business like that. There are also a lot of these heavy parcels I've been seeing, where they'll be 10 feet and 12,000 pounds, and they're still paying 80 cents, 90 cents a mile. You would think after a while you'd be like, okay, it's a partial, it's only 10 feet, but it's 12,000 pounds. Like, I'm gonna have to load it over my axles. I probably won't be able to find nothing else. But brokers don't care about that. So let's put it like this. You are better off. Like I've been saying from the get-go, they're paying more for the space of your trailer rather than the weight of it, if that makes sense. The space of what you have on your trailer doesn't really matter. If you get the longer items are what's gonna really pay more most of the time, because you can't really get away trying to say a 40-foot load is a partial. But they love saying these 10-foot loads that are 12,000 pounds are partials. Oh, it's only 10 feet. And that justifies them to pay 70, 80 to $1.20 a mile. So just look out for that. Don't think that just because you're going to be able to haul heavier loads, it will open up your availability, but it's opening it up to a lot of heavy partials. So after hearing that, you'll probably wonder, is it worth it then? Should I really go get my CDL? It's like, should I do it? Why not? This is my biggest thing. Why not go get your CDL? There's a lot of channels on here that say, oh, I'm not a CDL for life. It ain't no point in getting a CDL. CDL more stress. It may be more stress with certain things, maybe if the quarterly taxes and all of that, but you want to go get your CDL. If you're looking to run a trucking business and actually run it for a while and alone, like you want to be able to like have more load availability, you want it to be easier to keep up with your equipment, you want to learn more about this industry, it don't make no sense to not get a CDL. You want to know how to do a proper pre-trip, go get your CDL if you're actually interested in learning the lanes. It's not as simple as just going to get any little piece of equipment and saying you're going to be successful. People really on here, they're trying to sell y'all a dream. So yeah, I think me going to get my CDL and running the setup, I think it was worth it. I think it was worth it for me, especially for now, just for me to get on the road, keep revenue going. Because I would have wanted to get maybe a 40-foot non-CDL setup. I've thought about it. But honestly, at some point, I still down the line, if I ever wanted to transition to getting the semi, I would have been held back still. Now, as far as having 2 trucks, is it worth it on that end? I'm going to give y'all some insight on that. With me, the only thing I'm kind of struggling with now is keeping up on, the preventative maintenance things, as far as like oil changes, fuel filters, getting them done regularly, even when I'm not able to come home, because I haven't been home in over 2 weeks now. So, and I got a nice load going out west next week, so I won't be home for 3 weeks. And Thanksgiving's coming around, so the week before Thanksgiving, I may not be home that week. So my thing is, you can start a hotshot company and still make money nowadays. But this is the only caveat. You're not going to be making the same money that other people were posting and claiming that they were making a year, anywhere from 12 months to 18 months ago. You got to actually want to work hard in this industry. Like, you can't work 2-3 weeks out the month and just feel like, you're going to have a lot of time off. This is the whole thing. Yeah, you're on your own boss and you get to choose when you get to work. But honestly, there are no days off in this industry. Like, yeah, your weekends off, you get your resets. But this is still, it's not a 9-to-5 job. You probably work more. You're going to make more, but you're going to work more. You're going to work twice as more hours as somebody at a 9-to-5. So, of course, you should make twice as more than somebody at a 9-to-5 if you're handling your expenses well. And speaking of expenses, you need to have the lowest amount of overhead possible. So if there are things that you can work on, your credit, getting your overhead down at the house, paying off that car note before you actually add more debt to it, do it. That will put you in the best position possible, because when you get in business, you'll realize we make money and we gross this money and we take home money all the time. But we're constantly thinking about how much we need to be putting back into our business. So we really not going to start making money and having money overflow until we pay off our overhead in the business, if that makes sense. Unless you're going out there and paying cash, then you got to think of your return on investment. How quick can you get it back? Okay. So that's how I kind of just want all the new viewers watching to think about it. Don't get sold a dream. It's a lot of people selling dreams out there. I'm not going to be one of them. I'm going to keep them real with you. I'm going to keep it real with you. It's stressful. So what's next? What's next is starting to, like I said in the last statement, paying off equipment, starting to pay off the first trailer. The first trailer will be done before the first quarter of next year. Hopefully, if I do everything right how I'm supposed to and everything goes well, I keep my driver runs decently, I run great. Both trailers should be done by the end of the first quarter next year. With that being said, I still got to be keeping enough cushion just in case bad things go on, with the equipment that we already have now. So, fingers crossed, hoping everything go well. Hope there's no accidents. Hope we're staying safe, and I'm just wishing that I'm speaking that into existence in the future. And we are looking to lease on owner operators in the near future. We're working on some things with insurance to get it down. If you guys need an insurance quote, check the link in the description. But just like that point, make sure you're researching the right information no matter what market you're in. If you still watch my channel from box trucking, or if you have any interest in box trucks or whatever, or hot shot, make sure you're researching the right channels. You know, you can tell if somebody's authentic or they're just out here selling a dream, a pitch, a sales tactic type of deal. Do your research. Yo, man, I just kind of wanted to update y'all. I know I don't post on this channel as much as I used to. After having 150 videos, it kind of gets hard to be creative. I don't like just doing regular vlogs like, hey, I'm picking up this load. Hey, I'm picking up this load. Like, I know it gets old sometimes. So I'll just show you guys a clip of the loads I've picked up, some of them. I don't take pictures of all of them. And like I said, hopefully I can end my first month of CDL Hotshot of having a company with 2 trucks, grossing over 40,000. Then maybe I'll do some sort of breakdown. I might do a breakdown of my first 30 days as a non-CDL Hotshot owner operator versus my first 30 days as a CDL Hotshot owner operator, if that makes sense. And I think that'll be pretty cool to kind of see the miles per gallon. It may shock y'all. I'm gonna just go ahead and say this. I thought hauling the trailer, the 12K axle trailer, I was gonna get a way lower mile per gallon, but it turns out, y'all, I probably only drained like maybe half a mile per gallon more or something. Like, yeah, I swear to God, like, it's been times where I've hauled a load and I gotten 14.2 miles per gallon, and I didn't even think that would be possible hauling this type of setup. And I think with that load, it was still 5,000 pounds. So that's got me really excited. So yeah, I'm excited to kind of show you guys more information. I want to get into more of like the dispatch and what you need to look out for, because there's just been some articles out there and some teachings and trainings that I don't agree with. But just because I don't agree with it don't mean I got to make a statement on it. I'd rather just show you guys my insights and how I feel like it can help you guys stay in business, do better in business, and that's what I'm all about. So stay tuned for the next video, man. I don't know what it's going to be about yet. We may do some breakdown videos. Matter of fact, y'all let me know what y'all want to see. Peace.